Brian and Brad were on Hanging with MTV.
We were guests in the audience. We weren't popular then. We just wanted to go because Brian had a crush on one of the hosts.
I'm Gail Marin, and if you're just joining us, you couldn't have picked a better time.
It was funny because we would dance for the songs. Two crazy, skinny white boys that can't dance. And they got the camera on us the whole time. For some reason, they zeroed in on us. And they come up to us. They're like, oh, where are you guys from?
You in New York for a while?
Yeah, we're here for 3 days. We're in a band, and we're doing a showcase tomorrow. So we're going to be hanging out.
From Miami, you said?
Yeah, we're from Miami. Band's Marilyn Manson.
And he's like, oh, I came here to see, the host, but I'm upset because she's not here today.
We wanted Gail. I came here to marry her. She's not here. I'm sad.
What can I say? I hate to disappoint you, man, but
I have this picture of her that I'm...
Very cool. Now, well, you took this picture off the television?
Yeah.
That's very cool. Now, and of course, she's here with us in spirit.
Such a nerd, like, oh, little kid with a crush. We were just like fans, and we wanted to be on MTV. We did interviews on cable access, whatever we could do to promote ourselves.
I am very, very pleased to welcome Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids. Guys, thanks a lot for being on the show tonight. Do you feel like you're writing music that kids are relating to?
It seems that the young kids are really, really relating to what I'm saying. I don't know why. I really don't want to analyze it, but I appreciate the fact that people understand where I'm coming from.
His dream was always to go national, was always to be signed, to leave Florida.
Marilyn Manson's struggle to get signed is almost a textbook case of what a local band will go through to get signed.
We talked to everyone from independent labels all the way up to Epic, Interscope, American Recording, Maverick, RCA.
Almost every record label you could think of would come to see us play, and everybody hated us. Nobody wanted to sign us.
People were scared that it might have been too hard to promote him. Everybody would be like, oh, well, he's too satanic, he's too into drugs.
A lot of record labels got distracted by the theatrics.
We auditioned for Sony, and we went up to New York for a private showcase.
And the A&R guy comes up to us afterwards and said they really like the band, but they don't like Brian. They think he's too pretentious and phony, so we're going to pass.
When the deal didn't go through with Sony, it was around the same time that Trent Reznor was starting his own record label.
I got a phone call from Manson, and he told me Interscope is going to give Trent his own label called Nothing Records, and Trent wants us to be the first signee on the label.
Trent decided to sign Brian because he knew he could break that band and make it succeed.
We were very happy to be signed, but I could just start to smell politics happening.
When we started to deal with the big boys and the labels, they felt that the name was too long.
It went from the band that Brian and I put together, which was Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids, to just Marilyn Manson.
It's the last Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids show, because we're changing our name officially to Marilyn Manson.
By dropping the Spooky Kids, then it was Marilyn the persona and Marilyn the band.
That's when, in his head, it became his band.
Trent flew us out to L.A.
He rented the Sharon Tate house to put a studio in, and that's where he wanted to put his record together.
Here we are, Marilyn Manson, and we're recording where, the Manson family killed some people. It was a good vibe going on in there.
The album's done, and Brian showed up and said, Interscope's going to drop us if we don't change this, that, and the other thing.
Some lyrics that Charles Manson wrote were incorporated in the song.
They didn't want my monkey on the album because of the ties to Charles Manson.
I could never really see what the problem was. It was all a goof, it was all tongue-in-cheek.
I know it upset Brian a lot. He was pretty adamant that he was going to find another distributor if he had to.
Thankfully, Trent Reznor really stuck his neck out for us and basically told them, well, you drop Marilyn Manson, you drop 9 Inch Nails.
Interscope gave in. I guess they saw something in the band. They didn't want to let it go.
They were promoting Portrait of American Family when I started working on the fan club.
He was going on the road, so he asked me, would you take care of this for me? You know, we're getting some fan letters. I figured just a couple hundred a month, but it turned out to be a couple of hundred letters every other day. Brian took the fan club seriously because he knew that that was going to be his army.
It seemed like it became kind of like a cult thing.
He loved it. His reaction to it was great. It's working. I have these people that, you know, want a part of me.
I was 5 when I first met him. He was rehearsing right next to my dad's studio. He asked me to be in the Lunchbox video.
He's speaking as a child. You know, someday I want to grow up and be a big rock star, so no one with me.
I thought it was pretty cool how he was different, and that's how I wanted to be.
He brings something to the misfit kids, and he makes it okay for them to show their own look on life.
I saw real devotion on the road. I saw 2 young girls with Marilyn carved in their chest with a razor blade on one and Manson in the others with blood dripping off of them.
There would be underage girls sending in nude pictures of themselves saying that they wanted to marry him, that they wanted him to take their virginity, that they wanted to kill their family and join his.
Marilyn Manson's fans started just trying to emulate what he was, so the originality factor went out the window. It was no longer be yourself, it was be Marilyn Manson.
When we started getting really weird and creepy fan responses, my first thoughts were maybe we should do something, but then I quickly realized that you're not a therapist.